on Facebook, I put a new link to a video platform that gives you all of the videos you need to go from one rank to the next, okay? All of the videos for the white belts, there's over 20 videos, all right, and you should watch them. They're totally, they're free. It's over 20 videos. Just go click on the link, and it requires you to put your name and an email, and then you'll be able to see all the 20 videos, okay? Now there are other videos up there for different ranks, orange belts, orange blue stripe, all the way up to black belts, junior black belt requirements, senior black belt requirements, second degree, third degree, master degree. All of the requirements are there. Those, after you get past the white belts, they cost, some of the ranks cost $10, some of the ranks, you know, as you get up higher, they cost like $25. But you're going to need them anyway if you're going for your black belt. All right, so go up there and take a look at that. Now, I also, all right, let's go over this and then make sure that you are getting our email. Ms. Vertullo does the email, and make sure you're getting a copy of that, that your parents are getting that copy, because there's important information on there, especially for you guys. Some of you guys will be going to your pre-test. Some of you have to go to your pre-test. Some are invited to the pre-test. All right, so look, that's really important too if you're getting ready to go for your black belt. Okay, all right, let's go over this real quick. Self-criticism. What is criticism? Who knows? Do you ever talk to yourself and all of a sudden sometimes you find you're being like a little hard on yourself? I should have did this, I should have did that, okay? Why did I do that, right? Criticism, back and forth. You're kind of evaluating the things that happened to you, all right? See, self-criticism criticism is your conscience, right? Your conscience. Your conscience tells you, we all have a conscience, right? We do something bad, all of a sudden it's in our brain and that's our conscience, right? It's something you shouldn't have done that, right? Kind of makes you, it evaluates the things that you do in your life, all right? Conscience is really the criticism of oneself by one's own values, right? Your values, your habits, and your personal ideals. Read that again, right? When you start evaluating yourself, you do it because of these things, your values. If you, let's say you go and you do something really wrong, all of a sudden you start getting these words in your head. They're your own words, but it happens because it doesn't sync with your values, all right? Your values may be, well, I'm a nice guy. Why did I do something like that? Why did I treat that person that way, right? So your values, your habits, and your personal ideals. This is what we call self-talk. Criticism is self-talk, and we all do it. We all talk to ourselves. Do it every day, okay? I have a test. Did I study for the test? Maybe I should have studied more. You hear this self-talk going on? Right? That's this. Criticism, conscience, right? These are your values, your habits, and your personal ideals. Very, very important, because this is what runs our life. We all have a code that we live by. This is the code that we live by are captured within these words right here, your values. For instance, I have a code that I live by. If you give me your word and your word is no good, then you're no good. Real simple. If you tell me you're going to do something, then do it. If I can't count on you to do it, what do I need you for? Why do I want to even be around a person that I can't count on? Right? That's an important value for me. It's an important code that I have to live by. I don't want to be around people I can't trust. Do you want to be around people you can't trust? No. I think we all probably have that. Now, it depends on how important that is to you. To me, it's important. Right? Habits. We all have habits. One of my jobs is to find the habits in martial arts, find the habits that you have, because we all have them, and to get rid of the bad ones, right, and enhance the good ones, right? If I see you doing something, I see, how many times you see me talking to students, and I have students on the line. We're all supposed to stand at attention, and I have these guys going like this, back and forth. How many times you see me yell at them, telling them to stand still? Have you ever seen that? I'm sure you all have, right? Habits. We all have them. Some are good. Those reinforce our life, and some are bad. Those are the ones we have to get rid of. And habits are not easy to get rid of. We've created them over a long period of time. So you need to go ahead and you need to look at yourself. Quiet yourself one day, sit down like this, meditate a little bit, and start to think about all of the things that you do. Things that you think are good for you, and things that people criticize you about. Talking to somebody, talking to a parent, talking to a teacher. Do you stand there and pay attention to all of the words and then talk? Or are you one of those guys that parents talking and you're just constantly interrupting? Put yourself in the place of the parent. You're a mom, you have a little baby, you're trying to teach something safe, right? You don't want them to get hurt. And the little baby's walking all over the place and not listening to you. She's not looking at you. She's not doing anything that you're telling. Are you happy? How do you think mom and dad feel? Can you imagine that? Their job is to protect you. And you're not paying attention. I just put something up. I just put something up on Facebook, on West Boca Karate. It is a video that I created a couple of years back, a long time back, and we entered it in the Del Rey Film Festival. And it was a video on human trafficking, why women and children go missing every day. You should watch it. Because things like this happen because children don't listen to their parents. If you listen to your parent's job, you might think a million times that, oh, they don't know, they're old-fashioned, they don't know what they're talking about. They do know what they're talking about. It's called experience. They have lived a life. You haven't. They know what will happen. You don't. It's on Facebook. Go look at it. You can see what happens. Okay? And that was a nice film. What really happens could even be a lot worse. All right. Well, that's criticism, right? Conscience, self-talk, your values. You need to evaluate all of that. Get this one, huh? See this word? What is that?
Goodness.
Say it loud.
Goodness.
Okay, read it. Can you read it from there?
Like water seeps to the lowest levels and rises, lifting all. The more it pours into the lives of those around you, it raises everyone to newfound hopes and dreams.
Goodness. The process of being good to people, showing people, being friendly, being nice. It says here that goodness, like water, seeps to the lowest levels and rises, lifting all. The more it pours into the lives of those around you, the more you're good to people and show that you care and you love and everything, right? It rises everyone to newfound hopes and dreams. Goodness is important. If you're the type of person that says negative things to people all of the time, well, could be a problem because you're not, that just makes them lower. See, negativity, let's think of it this way. Let's take a pool of water, okay? Take your pool. Who has a pool here? You have a pool at home? Yeah? Okay. Well, let's fill that up. Let's put a couple of little toy boats at the bottom of the pool. And we'll start pouring in goodness. And the water starts coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. All of a sudden, those boats are all the way to the top. Well, that's what goodness does. It makes everything rise up. Everybody feels the goodness, right? The caring, the love. They all feel it. They all experience it. Negativity. Water starts going down, 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 down. That's how it works. If you're mean to people, if you say bad things to people, now don't get me wrong, there's time and place for everything, okay? Genius. You know, people have an IQ. And if you're a genius, your IQ is really up there, high up there. But there's a limit to what the IQ can go to, right? Yeah, I think Einstein's IQ was like 165, maybe 170, I'm not even sure. But he was a genius, right? Was he a genius? Yeah. But there's a limit. Right now, humans don't have an IQ it doesn't go above a certain point. Stupidity, however, can go pretty high. There's no limit. You can be as stupid as you want. People get really dumb. And there's a time and a place to tell people, if you're stupid, you're stupid. Don't let stupid people affect your life. If you're hanging around if you're the smartest person in your group that you hang around with, you're not doing it right. You should always be hanging around people that are smarter than you. This way you learn. If you're the smartest person in your group, you're not going to learn a thing. You're the smartest one. Try to find a group of people that have nice people that maybe are just a little bit smarter than you, so you can continuously learn. Does everybody understand? All right. Let's go to the next one. Now, there are so many of these things that are on the black belt test. All right? By the time you go for your black belt, you're going to know all of these. Look at this one laying down over here. There are pages. All right, life. See life? 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it. Life's gonna happen. Things are gonna happen. Good things, bad things, they're all gonna happen. They mean absolutely nothing. There is nothing in this world that means anything except for the meaning you give it. If you make what happens to you a bad thing, then that's what it'll be. If you make what happens to you a good thing, that's what it'll be, right? 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it. Here's life, here's death. See the line? Life to death? That's not how it works. This is how it works. See life, death? All of the things that happen to you. There's going to be a million things that are going to happen to you in your life. And every time something happens to you, guess what you get? You get a present. You get a gift. It's called experience. The only way you can get experience is by things happening to you and you experiencing them. Right? You can't read a book. You can't go to school and get experience. You have to live your life. And when something happens, whether it's bad or good, it don't make a difference. All of a sudden, you have the new experience. You understand? So life is going to be this way, not this way. And every time one of these little curves happen, that's a new problem and a new experience for you to have. Pressure. Who knows what pressure is? What is pressure? You got to go to the bathroom, right? If you have to go to the bathroom, what tells you you have to go to the bathroom? Pressure, right? You feel it in your body. I have to go to the bathroom. You have to relieve yourself, right? It's pressure. Pressure tells you that something has to happen. All of a sudden, too many things build up. I have homework to do. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to go on the computer. I have to do this. All of a sudden, you start feeling like you have too many things to do, right? Pressure. Pressure's not a bad thing. It just means that it's telling you that something has to happen. Remember what I said? Nothing in life means anything except the meaning you give it. Talent. Talent will get you in the door. If you're smart, if you have talent, right, and you're looking for a job, if your talent is good, people will want to see who you are. That'll get you in the door. See what this says? Character. Character will keep you in the room. What is character? Who can give me a definition of character? Stand up.
Son.
Mm-hmm.
A person or an animal. Kind of like someone in the story.
Someone in a story. But what makes him a character? You're right.
Their
But
actions.
their actions, their attributes, their different things that they do, their values, their skills, that's what makes them a character, correct? And that's what this is, right? Your character, the way you carry yourself, the way you handle yourself, the way you speak to people, right? The way you look at a person in their eyes when you're speaking to them. That's what's going to keep you in the room. Everybody, there's a lot of people with talent. People can sing, people can dance, people can create music. But if they don't have this, they just move on to somebody else. Does everybody understand? You look at your actors on TV. Why are they actors? there's plenty of times I see, I'll watch that show, America's Got Talent, right? America's Got Talent. And I see people come on there, they have unbelievable talent, but they don't go anywhere. You never see them again. Why? Because this. They don't have the character. They don't have the charisma, right? They don't have the walk, the presence, all right? That's why they're not there. When you watch your TV heroes on television, whoever you like, right? They're a little bit special, right? They're all a little bit different. Who's a little bit crazy, who's a little bit smart, who's a little bit selfish, and you look for that, right? Different things. Okay, character. Important. Let's take a look at this is important. How to tell if something is alive. How do you tell if something's alive? Just looking at it, tell. How do you tell? Come on, somebody, answer the question. How do you tell if something's alive? What? Tell me.
It moves.
Robots move. You have another one?
It breathes.
It breathes? Maybe. I see a lot of people that breathe that I don't think are alive. What?
Heartbeat.
They have a heartbeat?
Heartbeating.
Hmm.
Like if the heart's beating, they're alive.
Yeah, when you're talking about people, well, what about, there's other things in life that are alive that don't have a heart. What's that? What about this planet? You think this planet is alive? Does it have a heart?
No.
Not a heart like we have, right? Okay? Here's a way to do it. Whenever a thing becomes less, how do you become less? You become sick, right? That makes you less. And in time restores itself to its majesty, right? Majestic self. Life exists. We do a lot of things to this planet, right? People, you think the planet would be better off with people or without people? We're talking only the world now, just the planet. Probably without people. People, they create junk. They create waste. They dirty things. They pollute things. Right? Who's ever been up to Alaska? Any of you guys? We took a trip, me and Mrs. T took a trip to Alaska, and I'll tell you, if you want to see a place, you want to go to a place to see what the world would look like without people, that's the place to go. It is beautiful. All right? But it's our job, we live here. This is our place. We live on this planet. So we do have a responsibility to keep it, right? To keep it clean, to keep the air clean. So we do have that responsibility. So we have to take care of that. It has the ability to restore itself back. So no matter what you do, right? You see all of these hurricanes, right? We have hurricanes. What is that? What is the hurricane doing? It's cleaning. That's what it is. That's how the world cleans itself. That's how the world puts everything back in order, right? Sometimes it's just like mom takes out that mop, washes those floors, and cleans up everything. Well, that's what a hurricane does. It just comes through. You know, it's a tragedy. Hurricanes happen all of the time. It's only a tragedy when it affects people. If it hits where people live. But if it goes through a part of the country where there's no people, it's just doing a job. It's cleaning itself up. It'll go through forests and take all the dead trees out. It'll fix the land. It'll do all of that. But it's a tragedy when people are in its way. Okay? But that's one way the world cleans itself. Right? Cleans itself and restores itself. Cheerfulness and gladness. All of the rewards of a deed well done. Tell me something. Can you be cheerful when you haven't done anything? You haven't done anything. What are you cheerful about, right? Stand up.
Nothing.
Nothing, right? But if you go play soccer and your team wins, right? You can be cheerful, right? And you can be glad. But you have to do something. Something has to happen in order for that to happen. You get 100 on a test, you can be cheerful. Right? You can be glad. Everybody, when you go home, Mom, look, 100%. She's really glad for you. She's happy, right? Nothing in life comes to you free. You have to do something. If people are smiling at you and patting you on the back and you didn't do anything yet, means somebody wants something from you. Be careful. Trust. Trust. Like an eraser. It gets smaller and smaller at every mistake. If you trust somebody and they lie to you, which is a big mistake, do you still have the same amount of trust in that person? No. See, trust is something that is very, very important. In order to trust people and count on people, you really have to know who they are and their values and the things that happen basically in their life. So trust is important. And don't give it up so easy, right? That's not something you want to give up too easy. And every time somebody disappoints you, you have to take note of that. You're finally finished, look. But I do have a whole big one over there. But I think I'll give you a break. All right, so, Ms. Vitullo, you're gonna run them through their form,
Sir.
okay? And let's see here, you can go ahead and shut the video down.
Yes, sir.